The living God is present over here to bless you and me, to heal you and me, to prosper you. We're going to read Deuteronomy chapter 6 Version Bible. Law of the Feast. This is from the King James Version Bible. Observe the month of Abib. For in the month of Abib, the Lord your God brought you out of Egypt by night. Therefore, you shall sacrifice. God chooses to put his name. You shall eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread with it, that is, the bread of affliction. For you came out of the land of Egypt in haste, that you may remember your life, and no leaven shall be seen among you in all your territory for 7 days, nor shall any of the meat which you sacrifice the first day at twilight remain overnight until morning. You may not sacrifice the Passover within any of your gates, which the Lord your God gives you, but at the place where the Lord your God chooses to make his name abide, there you shall sacrifice the Passover at twilight, at the going down of the sun, at the time you came out of the Egypt. And you shall roast and eat it in the place which the Lord your God chooses. And in the morning you shall turn and go to your tents. 6 days you shall eat unleavened bread. And on the seventh day there shall be a sacrifice, a sacred assembly to the Lord your God. You shall do no work on it. You shall count 7 weeks for yourself. Begin to count the 7 weeks from the time you begin to put the sickle to the grain. Then you shall keep the feast of weeks to the Lord your God with the tribute of a freewill offering from your hand, which you shall give as the Lord your God blesses you. You shall rejoice before the Lord your God, you and your son and your daughter, your manservant and your maidservant, the Levite who is within your gates, the stranger and the fatherless, and the widow who are among you, at the place where the Lord your God chooses to make his name abide. And you shall remember that you were a slave in Egypt, and you shall be careful to observe the statutes. You shall observe the feast of the tabernacles 7 days, when you have gathered from your threshing floor and from your wine press. And you shall rejoice in your feast, you and your son and your daughter, your manservant and your maidservant, and the Levite, the stranger and the fatherless, and the widow who are within your gates. 7 days you shall keep a sacred feast to the Lord your God in the place which the Lord chooses, because the Lord your God will bless you in all your produce. Males shall appear before the Lord your God at the feast of weeks and at the feast of tabernacles, and they shall not appear before the Lord empty handed. Every man shall give law of administration of the judges. You shall appoint judges and officers in all your gates, which the Lord your God gives you, according to your tribes, and they shall judge the people with just judgment. You shall not pervert justice. You shall not show partiality, nor take a bribe, for a bribe blinds the eye. You shall follow what is altogether just, that you may live and inherit the land which the Lord your God is giving you. You shall not plant for yourself any tree as a wooden image near the altar which you build for yourself to the Lord your God. You shall not set up a sacred pillar which the Lord your God hates. Amen. May God bless the reading. This was the reading from the King James Version Bible, Deuteronomy chapter 16. Yes, when we read the Bible, we get abundance of blessing, for it is the living word, and the word is Jesus Christ, as we read in Revelation chapter 19. Be encouraged, my dear brother, my dear sister, my dear children, my dear youth. Do not quit in life. Yeshua Masiha, our living God, is there with you and me. And He has plans of future hope, prosperity, peace, and welfare for you and me. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. And the prophecy for this year is it is a year of goodness and abundance as dew. Receive the blessings. This word is from Psalm 65, verse 11. Be encouraged and God bless you. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.